long exposures. It has been a while since I've done one. I drove past a train track. There's some pretty good spots you can get above the train. So we've got one coming in at 10:10, about that sort of time. So I've got 20 minutes. I'm gonna quickly drive there now, set up, and then hopefully get some nice long exposures with this Pro Mist filter as well. Let's go. Right, so this is the spot we're heading to. Just here. This little barrier. Oh. There's the train track. Bosh. And the train is coming, if you can see that. See there? Train's coming at 8:10, and we are at 10:08. 10:10. There's the train. It's taking the picture right now. 10-second timer. That should be perfect. It might be too long actually. Might not be long enough. I'll put it to a 30-second shutter. Here comes the train. Photo's being taken. This should be perfect. This should be absolutely perfect. All right, first spot. I'd say that's actually a success. I think we've got a good 2 pictures that we can merge together in Photoshop. I'm gonna head to the next end of the train station where I can actually get above the tracks on like a little ledge. I think I can get there. And yeah, we should be able to get a shot from there. But I do apologise for the lack of B-roll and fancy stuff. I don't have a second camera. Also, the train's not running all night, so I ain't got a lot of time. Should actually be the perfect spot for this photo because we're just overhanging the bridge perfectly. There's a nice flat bit of grass. I'm right next to this bridge, so no one should say anything. 85mm shot, definitely. I'm just hoping that this light source underneath me isn't going to ruin the photo and overexpose the long exposure, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, it's not that great, guys. It's too overexposed. The headlights are like bloomed out. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Oh, okay. Okay, that's not that bad. We caught the back of it. Okay, no, I actually got lucky. I did get lucky with that. We just caught it. Right, so it's the next day. I've just woke up, just got in the shower. I edited the photos last night, so I'm just gonna quickly show you the photos now, and then we're gonna jump into Photoshop and see what we can do with these sort of thing. So, I've gone for like, I used Old Town, one of my presets, link in bio, and I just put these like, this like orange glow for this one. So I wanted to make it look like kind of retro-y. So you see like we've got the glare on the tracks, and then we've got that nice tint. Obviously we messed up the train here, it's a little bit in focus, but I actually kind of like it. And then we've got this one looks a bit more artificial, but still we've got that nice orange glow that I was looking for. I could go blue tones with this like most people do, but I thought I'd go the other way and go orange. So I'm going to try and merge them two together, and then we've got these two. So this was on the other side. The track's a bit bright here, but I think I'm going to use this track because this has got that orange glow to it. But those lines are perfect. Look at those lines, and because we had the Pro Mist filter on, we've got that extra haze on the headlights, on the rear tail lights of the train. But yeah, we've got these two. They're a bit, because my lens is so heavy, it was pulling down the camera, so it was slowly sliding down, so the angles moved a little bit, but it shouldn't be that much of an issue. We're going to merge these two together in Photoshop, and then maybe use the new AI to see if we can add a couple of little extra things into the background. So let's go ahead and export these. So I'm going to go Control A, and then we're going to export. I'll show you my export settings as well. I literally don't do any of the cropping and stuff for Instagram. I literally just go quality 100. I have that limited, but I haven't got it checked, so I don't know if that's actually doing anything. sRGB, JPEG, 300 pixels per inch. I don't do any of the short edge stuff that people do for Instagram. I literally just leave it, and it doesn't actually compress my photos at all, which is really, really nice. We need to try and line these things up. Let's start with the first two, because these are going to be a little bit easier to line up. So what you do is you go on one of them, and then you hold Alt, or whatever it is on your keyboard, and you drag that picture into the, oh, my finger's running out, trackpad. You drag that into the next one, and then you release, and now that has put that photo into this version, this window with the other photo. So now we can line these things up. That's lined up perfectly there. So obviously the bottom of the photo, if we can see, there's a bit missing, but it's fine. We're going to cut that fence out anyway in Photoshop. Well, we are in Photoshop, but we're going to cut that out anyway. So what I need to do is rub out the part of the track here, and hopefully it should directly, why is that not letting me do that? Yeah, it should let me see the track. Yeah, here we go, look, that should be in line as well. Yeah, that is. Yes, kind of. Kind of. So that's the two pictures merged in. Now is where we can start to get a bit tricky with the AI. So let me just do this. I'll fast forward it for you and we'll see if I can just get rid of this fence. I'm gonna type in retro city and see if it can give me that retro cyberpunk sort of, that's what I'm going for. I want to change like the sky to that like sort of city background. So it's like these futuristic trains going through some sort of tunnel. That's the vibe we're going for. Okay, I mean it's added an extra long exposure in for me actually. Okay, what have we got? Not a lot really. Okay, it might have to be that one maybe, or where was the other one? Maybe this one. Let's leave it for this one for now. Let's just try to sort the sky out and see if we can change any of this. But there you go. See, it drags it on. So whatever you select in that bottom box, it uses that as a reference and goes, okay, yeah, we'll try to take that into the rest of the generator that you wanted. Yo, that's kind of crazy that it's managed to add that onto it. And it's yeah, that's sick. We're close. We're getting close to what I'm looking for. But just try to get rid of that orange. That orange strip is a bit unnecessary. We don't need that. Yeah, that pipeline's sick. That's such a cool idea. I think I'm gonna leave that as it is right now, and I'm gonna pull it into Lightroom afterwards and see if I can do some linear gradients and sort that out. But yeah, I think we might have got that one. Close. See, look, it's got a little bit more now. So now let's cut out this edge and be like, hey, we want this. Yeah, I actually really like that because I can darken that. Let's just try to generate this whole thing and see if we can do the same sort of vibe that's given us at the bottom. What the fuck? Whoa. Ooh, okay. My dog's stuck in the kitchen, give me a second. He's been released just in time for the generated fill. Ooh, that's actually fucking sick. Right, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna export that. I know it's a bit crazy, but just bear with me. Let's pull this into Lightroom and I'm gonna show you how we can make this look a little bit more realistic. But yeah, that's what I had in my head. This is what we're gonna do to make this look a little bit more realistic. We're literally just gonna add some realistic shadows to what would be in the actual place if it was real. So we'll do a linear gradient from here and we're just gonna lower the exposure a little bit, just add some shadows and just like a little bit more of like that. We can keep the highlights up actually, so it's got a nice shine off of it, but I'm just gonna lower the exposure and then we're gonna do the same up here, just because it's like quite rich and animated, so it's a bit much. Whereas if we just do this, look at that top bit looks a lot more, because it's like we're in like a dark warehouse now and we're going through this tight tunnel around this machinery. So we'll get a bit of a shadow there. We'll let the left side be a bit more exposed. We'll up the highlights still though, so it's got that nice shine off of it. That looks a lot better now to what it was. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. This one, maybe I'll just do a linear gradient for the bottom left, just to darken that a bit, because that is a bit bright. So let's just try add some shadows down here. Yeah, we'll add some down there. Let's try one more linear gradient from the left with that and see if that pulls anything else into this. It might make it look a bit stupid because we are in like a bright outside environment, so it wouldn't make much sense. No, but a little one actually doesn't look that bad. Okay, people, so we've got this. That's one of them. From this, like from that to that is second to none. That's sick. Obviously, I didn't mean it to go this far, but still. AI is crazy, and why not? Because it's a bit boring on its own. Like that on its own is a bit boring. Just the train tracks lined up. It's a bit old school. We've always seen a long exposure on the tracks like that. Whereas this is cool. That's the first one as well. The little space station, the pipes going along the bottom from that to that. Don't get me wrong, this one is still quite cool. I like this one on its own more than the other one because the tunnel, it still looks really cool and like old fashioned. But I just think the fact that I can get it to this point by slowly adding stuff in and completely change where we are, but still keeping that long exposure, that's cool. So we've still kept the photo, like we've still done the original photo. We haven't manipulated that, we've just manipulated the stuff around the effect that we made in the camera. Yeah, that's sick. I'm really happy with that. It wasn't the most crazy shoot because I don't have a second cameraman or a second camera, so I'm having to shoot on my iPhone for these sort of shoots, so it was a little bit difficult. And I was actually out there and I was like, I'm not going to post this video because I was getting a bit annoyed with myself because I was like, it's just shit. I can't do much B-roll and behind the scenes while I'm trying to take pictures. I didn't have much time, but I just used some stock footage. It is what it is, I don't care. I can admit that. I used some stock footage to try fill in the B-roll for you because a lot of it was just iPhone, so yeah. Do you mind the odd iPhone background B-roll? Let me know, so then if I know I can do that again and you don't mind watching it still, I'll carry on doing it. If not, I'll try stick to shooting on the camera, and then if there's situations like that, I just won't make a video because it was pissing me off a little bit, but hopefully you still enjoyed. Either way, that was a cool video. Thanks for watching if you did watch. And yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Definitely go try out the Photoshop AI. That's crazy.